What's up, y'all? It's your girl V with Reality Recap here a little early today for your midday tea talk on last night's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Did you guys watch? We are streaming live right now on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can comment. I can see your comments, read them, answer any questions. Get your feedback on last night's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Before we get started, as always, make sure you check out my Midday Tea Talks. We have Midday Tea Talks on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're doing it a little bit earlier today because I have another show at 1 p.m. that I'll tell you about. But normally, Midday Tea Talks are at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can watch live. If you're not able to watch live, they are all loaded on my YouTube channel. My link is in my bio. So make sure that you like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss a thing. All right? Now, before we get into Love and Marriage Huntsville, I just want to let you guys know that I will be back on at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, going live with attorney Simone on her podcast channel, Girl Is That Legal. We will be breaking down all the tea for you. There is new developing legal issues for Jen Williams' fiance. There will also be victims of, I guess you would say, his investment company, allegedly, keep myself safe, but they are going to be calling in live and giving their story on their experience dealing with Christian and his investment business. So you don't want to miss it. It's going to stream live on her YouTube channel, Girl Is That Legal, as well as on my YouTube channel, Reality Recap. It will also stream, because I'm learning this technology thing, it will stream here on Instagram and Facebook as well, so you can join in, get the tea, ask questions. You know, she's an attorney. She's breaking down all the legal information, and I just can't wait. So make sure that you tune in for that as well, all right? Now, let's get into last night's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, honey. Because I told y'all in my caption, I just feel like these chicks it's giving very ungrateful, is what it was giving me last night. But let's get into it. Y'all know I got my notes as always. So we know the girls left for St. Thomas. They arrived in St. Thomas for their girls' trip, leaving all the men behind. This is a trip that has been organized by Mel for everyone to come. Now, I will say, right off the bat, I was leery about the trip just because I felt like maybe Mel should have just had the core group and no plus ones, no single friends, as she called them. But I just felt like with all that's going on within the group, yeah, I think Sunny should have been there and Destiny should have been there, because to me they're part of the core group and everything that's going on with the divide and the tension in the group. But maybe not the additional friends that Mel had. Maybe just that core group, so everyone could talk and work out their differences. It's really how I was feeling. I've never seen a girls trip go well to begin with on any of these reality TV shows, let alone when there's friend ofs coming to give their 2 cents that really don't know the full history of the group. So just my 2 cents right off the bat, I thought maybe just the core group of girls would have been a good idea. But Mel arrived first, as she should, as the host of the trip, and she had her 2 friends with her. Now I feel like I believe her name is Shatina, right? I feel like her friend, we've seen her before in other scenes on the show. So we know that's a close friend of hers, and really already that I know her as someone that has Mel's back. So we know that all right away. They came into the house and Mel wanted to assign rooms, and I was just thinking, in my housewife brain, that never goes well when you're assigning rooms. It always is best if it's some type of, like, I don't know, draw straws, random picking numbers out of a hat type situation where you can't be blamed for who gets what room. It's more of a random draw. So when I saw that, I said, okay, this is not going to go well. Even if she had good intentions or not, they're gonna, the ladies are gonna think whatever they're gonna think, and you cannot, in any situation, in my opinion, make everybody happy. It just doesn't happen like that. But Mel went around to pick the girls' rooms, and with Tisha and Kimmy's room, Mel said, "Well, Tisha has a +1, and this room has 3 beds, so she's gonna give him that room." I personally didn't think that it was any malicious intent behind it. I'm gonna read some comments that I saw on Facebook about it. That one of my followers had some valid points, but I just did not. I guess if Mel had any bad intentions when picking these rooms, or had any, I guess, preconceived notions of how she was going to shade them with picking the rooms, she didn't express that. She really went through and was saying, okay, Miss Nell, she's, she's our mentor. We respect her. We're going to give her own space. Tisha, Kimmy, you have a +1 coming, so we're going to give you this room. Her friends, rightfully so. I mean, it's her girls' trip, and she had her friends on the trip. She gave them good rooms. She tried to put people with who they are closest with. Sunny, we all know the group ain't feeling her. So she gave her own space so that no one else had to share with her or be in an awkward situation. So to me, I was like, all right, cool. She picked out the room. Seemed like a cool situation. I guess not when we get later into the show. The rest of the group arrived to the airport. So Miss Nell, Tisha, Kimmy, they arrived. I call her Latricia. She was also with them, and then they get to the airport, and Sunny's there. In the back of my mind, y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I was thinking there's no way Sunny wasn't on this same flight and they didn't know that she was on this trip, but it makes for good drama. I don't know, maybe she took a separate flight and just spontaneously made it, or coincidentally, I can't even get the word out, coincidentally came to the airport at the same time. But do I feel like they were probably on the same flight, all of them? Yes. But they got to baggage claim, they see Sunny, and everybody's face just turns like, oh, this changes everything. We ain't know she was coming on a trip. And I'm saying, well, where's the same energy y'all had back in Huntsville when y'all was going to dinner with her, when y'all was pulling her aside to get her side of the story? Everybody seemed like, I ain't gonna say they seemed cool with her. And yes, Kimmy made it clear that even though she met with her or feel like she was there for her when she was going through her cancer battle, that she's Team Destiny. But I felt like there was mutual energy there with Kimmy and Sunny. Like, she didn't have any disdain for her. Tisha is the only one I feel like that has made it clear, like, she don't want no parts of Sunny. She on Team Destiny. That's who she riding with, and that's that for that. So I was surprised for the rest of the group, maybe Nell and Kimmy, and even Stormy a little bit, because Stormy, even though she expressed she felt like that was wrong, again, I just was surprised to see the tension so thick between everyone, and no one just being like, oh, okay, you on a trip, all right, hey, we ain't gotta be best friends, but cool. But they look like they face was screwed the hell up. So to me, I just found that interesting. The group, they all get in the van. Sunny sitting in the back looking like the girl that nobody wants to be around. And she even said it like, I hate that this group views me as like a man stealer, but you kind of are. I know people are on both sides of the fence with this, with Sunny, and they even talked about that at dinner. And a lot of my followers are split with that too, where some feel like, listen, Sunny was just doing her job. They were not friends. Destiny maybe put too much into it and thought they was friends when the girl was just doing her job. And others feel like, nah, professionally it was wrong for her to be her producer and then start dating this dude. And also, just if you listen to Destiny's story and the text messages and proof that she had, it did seem like there was some type of friendship, sisterhood outside of just her being her producer. And I'm gonna say, I'm more on that side. Like, I just felt like it is not cool at all. Out of all the men in the world, you found love and marry her boyfriend at the time, a friend of hers that she was friends with for 15 years. I'm erring more on that side of it just seem messy to me. That's where I'm at with it. But I see both sides of what people are saying. The group arrives and they get to see their rooms, and immediately it was given ungrateful. And maybe that's just me. And I had to like rewrite my caption because I was about to say, like, my little toddler mom asked, if anybody tell me I'm going to St. Thomas right now and it's a girl's trip, I don't care who it's with. It could be with my husband's ex-girlfriend for all I care. I'm going on a girl's trip and I'm asleep on the couch on the floor because I just need a vacation. And I was just thinking, like, damn, the budget is up for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Y'all went from going to damn Texas with Miss Nell last season to y'all going to St. Thomas. I'm in the building, and I ain't worried about nothing about a room. Like, I don't even plan to be in the room that much. I'm going to be sleep on the float in the pool before I'm sleep in my bedroom. But they were upset about the rooms. I feel like maybe Miss Nell had too many drinks on the plane, y'all. I feel like she might have had just one too many drinks on the plane. She started sipping on the drink soon she came in. And she ain't even upset about her room because she can't even find it. And she was given her own space. She mad because there was no card on her bed. Because she told us she going to keep it as a keepsake. Like, what? You got your own space. And Mel addressed it right away and said, you know, I would not do anything intentional to shade you or hurt you. You know how much our friendship means to me, how much we talk on the phone. It was truly just an oversight that they forgot to print your card. I gave you your own space. Now, Mel might not have to say, because you older than all of us. That wasn't necessary. But just saying, you're our mentor. We wanted to, you know, I respect you and I'm giving you your own space. And we could have just left it at that. I also felt like with Nell running around being so loud and yelling, I said, this is what they was trying to tell you in family therapy, girl. I hope you go back to family therapy and they play this scene back to you so you could see how loud and obnoxious you were being, like, for no reason. I really feel like, and I love Miss Nell, but last night it was just team too much. I just was not feeling her attitude and just how loud and obnoxious she was. I definitely felt like this is exactly what your children was trying to tell you in therapy. It was just coming off to me for everyone ungrateful. Tisha and Kimmy were upset as well about their room because they have to share a bathroom. The bathroom did look a little small, y'all. Like, it didn't have no bathtub. It was just a stand-up shower, sink, toilet. So, I get it. But, again, Tisha, anybody else feel like with Tisha this season, every time she opened her mouth, I'm just like, it feels like she's looking for an issue. And I just don't understand. Did you and Mel actually make up, or not make up, but y'all had conversation to come to mutual ground that y'all was gonna have a mutual respect? I don't really see Mel shading Tisha this season in her confessionals, but it feels like with Tisha, she be making a mountain out of a molehill all the time, or there's no trust in Mel. And if that's the case, then just say that and break that down and have a conversation. Don't act like you over it and you in her face and y'all get along, but then when you in this confessionals, it's a whole different story. It seemed like everything Mel does, she feel is calculated, and she really hasn't moved forward with her. It's just what it's given for me. But she felt like the rooms that were given out and the way that Mel gave them out, that it was a metaphor, if you would say, of how Mel feels about them, and that she gave them that small room. When, I don't know, y'all, I truly thought that it was what Mel said, just saying like, all right, you have a +1, you have Kimmy, so I'm gonna give you the room with the 3 beds so you and your guests and Kimmy can all be together. That's how I took the situation. I don't know. I didn't take it no other way. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments, but I did not take it that way. But someone did have a good comment there on my Facebook page, Sapphire. She said, I kind of agree with Tisha. She tried to be slick and used the fact that she was looking out for 3 of them by putting them in that room. But everyone else's room was lavish, and she rolling with Sunny, so she definitely feels some type of way about those two. I kind of don't think she should have brought the two friends either. When she told the group about the trip, she said, "I know we trying to work on us and our relationship, so I want to have a girls trip." Then it should have been no outsiders. Hell, it should have not even been a trip at all, because Mel really don't mess with the group, honestly. What y'all think? And that's what, I agree with Sapphire in this, the fact that I don't think that the extra friends were needed. It should have been just the core girls so they could work on their friendships. And I can see her side where, just from the last episode, Mel definitely was like, F girl code, ain't I don't care nothing about girl code. These chicks ain't care nothing about girl code with me when it came to her situation with Martell and his side baby mama, as well as with Destiny. So I could see what my followers saying there, but when it came to the rooms, again, I just truly thought she gave the room because you had a plus one. If she had not, what would she have done? Y'all, I guess is what I'm trying to understand. Had she given Tisha and Kimmy the rooms, maybe, that she gave her friends, then I guess, you know what, that probably would have worked out. If the two girls that was there, the two single friends, were not there, Tisha and Kimmy probably would have got those rooms. And hell, maybe Destiny would have been in that room with the three beds, but been in there by herself. I don't know. And had more room. And then, Tisha and Kimmy could have came to her room and chilled and stuff with on the other two beds. I don't know. Maybe right. Had she not had those extra people, it might have all been all well and good. So I'm going to stick with maybe the two extra friends wasn't needed. But I did not feel like Mel was trying to be shady there. I just didn't. And I told y'all last week, I did feel like Mel had some underlying issues. It just seems like this whole group has stuff that they're sweeping under the rug and just not getting it out and saying it. It's just being said in confessionals. But Kimmy and Tisha felt some type of way about their rooms. Sunny let Mel know that. So she pulled Kimmy and Tisha aside, just again saying like, I felt like that was a good conversation where Kimmy and Tisha said their piece about how they were feeling about the room situation, that they felt like it spoke to how Mel felt about them. And Mel in turn said, that wasn't the situation. I just know you have a guest coming, and that's why I gave y'all the rules with the three bed. The conversation to me was going in a positive direction until Miss Nell comes stomping out there with her suck it up speech. I said, oh my God, girl. Princetta Joy and Love on Instagram, thank you for checking in. She said she could have waited until they were all there. Yeah, that's what I said from the beginning. Definitely waited till everyone was there or made it a random situation. We just know from Housewives drama when they go on a trip, the room picking situations never go well unless you just put numbers in the hat and say you pick the number and that's your room, or it's a random fair choosing. But if you go selecting rooms for people, it never goes well. It just never does. But yeah, I felt like with Tisha and Kimmy, they were expressing themselves. They were getting over it. And, and Mel was even saying, we have so many activities planned. You're not going to be in your room often at all. Princess says she thinks that Mel was being shady. I didn't personally get that. But again, I see where you guys are coming from, like, just based off the previous episode and her F girl code speech. So I get it. I just thought, to me, it made sense. Like, you have a plus one, you good with Kimmy, there's three beds in this room, all right, y'all in this room. That's all I took from it. But I see where you guys are coming from. I definitely do. But yeah, Miss Nell came storming out, making it about her and her Texas trip. And I kept saying to myself, girl, we are in St. Thomas right now. Nobody's thinking about your trip to Texas. But she came out yelling and telling Kimmy and Tisha that they need to suck it up. She really inserted herself in a conversation that had nothing to do with her, that was going in a positive direction. And I love Miss Nell, but I just think maybe she had one too many drinks. Yes, on last night's episode. Like, I told y'all, like, that's exactly what her family was trying to tell her in family therapy. Like, you go a 0 to 100. So now, Tisha and Kimmy and Mel really didn't even get to finish their conversation. They seemed like they were almost done with it and saying, like, all right, we're going to let it go. We're going to have a good time. We don't really care for the rooms, but, you got a lot of activities planned. We optimistic about it. And here comes Miss Mel. Suck it up. Suck it up. When I was in my Houston trip, I took care of you, Mel. And it was like, girl, nobody's talking to you. And Kimmy said that. Like, Kimmy stepped up in her face with the hand. I was like, uh-oh, this could go left. Because, you can't be stepping in no black woman's face and putting your hand up. That could go one or two ways. You know what I'm saying? So, glad to see it didn't go the way that I thought it was going to go. And, Miss Nell got pulled away from the situation. So, she was just pure drama last night. Princetta said Nell is crazy. I think she had way too. Yeah, I said she had to be sipping on the plane for sure. Like, she had to. Ain't no way she wasn't sipping on that plane. But it seemed like Mel kind of tried to get the group back on track. She had the dancers come in, the carnival dancers come in. They were gorgeous, by the way. Their outfits were gorgeous. The bodies were bodying down, and tried to change the energy of it. I mean, she addressed Miss Nell, which I think a good host does. She addressed Miss Nell. She talked to Kimmy. She talked to Tisha. I'm glad Kimmy calmed down because she was ready to smack the shit out of Miss Nell. And rightfully so, yo. Like, she was just being team too much. Princetta said, I love Kimmy. I felt her on that girl, that pulling up that strap. Boo. Like, it was just team too much. And yeah, I thought Kimmy handled herself well. I was like, oh, Kimmy back, honey. She said, cancer battle is over. Don't play with me. I got the energy and the time. And I think just Kimmy is probably on this trip solely because she always saying how she want her husband to take her away. He did one time, but she seems to want to travel, and all that she's been through, she probably just want to be on this trip and have a good time, not have somebody yelling in her ear, yeah, yeah. So I totally felt where she was coming from too. I definitely agree there. But then they get to the dinner, y'all. They sit down for dinner, and dinner gets shady real quick. They start discussing the whole situation with Sonny and Moses yet again, y'all. It's like, at this point, do I think that it was messy? Yes, but she's here now. What are y'all gonna do about it? Because we can't keep talking about their relationship every single group setting and everybody's opinion. If you're gonna be cordial with the girl, be cordial with her. If you ain't gonna talk to her, then pay her dust and keep it moving. But they had their opinions about it, and Mel kind of put Latricia in it. Like, well, you got an issue with Sonny too. And I was feeling stormy. I was like, ball drop. Woo! And I'm going to be honest with Latricia. It's kind of the same situation. Are you friends with Destiny, or do you just train her? Is it just a job? And just like they're saying Sonny was just doing her job? Or what? Like, I don't get it. And with Latricia, it's like, do you really have a leg to stand on? Because we still trying to figure out your timeline, and if you cheated on your husband with your side dude Ken at this point, because your math wasn't math in last episode either. So it's giving the pot calling the kettle, calling the kettle, calling the pot. Like, Latricia, pipe down. Like, okay, you trained Destiny, you got your opinion, but we still trying to figure out if you doing shady shit yourself. So I didn't invest too much stock in what Latricia had to say. And Priscilla says Stormy is the GOAT of the shade. Yeah, she, because even when they was talking, and Mel's friend, I want to say her name is Shatina, entered the chat, and she was like, oh, well, you can be cordial with people that you don't like, talking to Tisha. And Stormy said, well, yeah, she don't like me, and she's sitting right next to me. Like, but I do feel like Mel's friend came in on 10 I can't recall off the top of my head. I know we've met this friend before, Shatina, and I feel like the last time she came in, she started some mess, or just maybe putting the battery in Mel's back. But I definitely know we've seen her on this show before, and she came in really kind of inserting herself. That's why I was saying the extra friends. I don't think it was necessary. The other one seems pretty quiet, but this one, Shatina, just seems like she's gonna be a pot stirrer. Even in the upcoming clip for next week, just continuing to be a pot stirrer. She's definitely rubbing Tisha the wrong way. I don't know. She has some valid points though. Um, she asks why they got into Destiny's Coming, and it seems like honestly with the screenshot of the text messages that Tisha did tell Mel that Destiny was coming, and but yet Mel is acting surprised on at the dinner, saying like basically F Destiny, she don't mess with her, and why would you bring her as a plus one? But the receipts show that Mel knew, so hopefully we get into that a little bit more. But I just feel like her friend had a valid point in saying, okay, well, if this is Mel's trip, she don't really get down with Destiny like that. Why would you invite her as a plus one? But yet, hey, if she did invite her as a plus one and she told Mel and Mel didn't say nothing about it, then I don't think Tisha did anything wrong. And again, I'm glad that Destiny is coming because they definitely all need to have conversations. Like, I'm tired of the sweeping under the rug, like I said, and just being cordial, but then talking shit in the confessional. Let's get it all out on the table. Let's have a conversation, cause I'm not feeling it. It's like it's dragging along at this point. If we gonna argue, if we gonna cuss each other out, let's just get that done and move forward with however way we gonna move forward. Whether that's being friends, not being friends, just being cordial, but let's get it out and let's talk about it. Mel, you got grief over stuff that happened clips in seasons ago about how they were on, a little bit Team Martell and not thinking that he did you dirty. Then talk about that. If you feel like Destiny is messing with Martell, then talk to her about that. I just want these conversations to happen, and I feel like just looking at the upcoming clip, finally they are. But I don't know if having this friend of Shatina there is gonna be helpful. But yeah, she was saying like she think you gotta watch Tisha because Tisha saying she could sit in your face and not like you. I don't know why you have to watch her for that. If she's just saying like, I don't have to love you or like you, but I can be a cordial grown woman and be in a room with you. I don't think that she's saying that Tisha was saying that it won't be clear who she ain't really messing with like that, or that she's being phony, but she could be a grown ass woman and sit in a room. That's what she was saying. But Shatina calling her the ops, it's just starting off a dumpster fire of a trip. And yeah, Tisha made it clear like Mel better get that in order or it's gonna go left real quick. So it's a lot to be had, conversations to be had on this girl trip. We have 2 weeks until the finale episode. I'll definitely show you guys. I'll post it for you, just a clip of what's upcoming for next week so that you can see. But we are coming down to the wire, and I just feel like the drama on this trip is about to kick up. Destiny will be coming next episode and find out that Sunny is there. So it's giving the shade that I need. It's giving, we got a budget increase. We are in St. Thomas. We ain't in Texas, and I'm here for it. Hey, Latoya, for checking in. Latoya said, you do have to watch someone like Tisha. Yeah, I mean, I said with Tisha, I feel like she is trying to find an issue in everything. Like, she had an issue with the room. She also had an issue with, well, why did Mel have to say her single friends and bring her single friends? Like, is she trying to say that they more fun than we are because we're married? And it's like, girl, nobody said that. Mel just trying to let you know who's coming in their relationship status. Damn, you on a show called Love and Marriage Huntsville. So I do feel like with Tisha, You might have to watch. I just felt like in that situation, she wasn't saying that she gonna be phony at the table. She's just saying that if I don't like you, I'm not gonna mess up the trip. I can still be cordial and be a grown ass woman. That's how I was feeling. I am no way like I ain't been feeling Tisha. I'm gonna be honest this entire season because I feel like she keep finding things to be mad at, and again not really saying that. She been coming in like a shit started almost everything at Nell's birthday party, at the tasting, at this dinner last night. Like she's been coming in kind of on 10. But I feel like with Tisha, the underlying issue is you got beef with the millimeters, or and whatever they doing off the show to you, saying about you. So address that. I just feel like again, there's conversations that need to be had. But yes, we are 2 weeks away from the finale. Last night's episode was a dumpster fire of a beginning of a girl's trip. It definitely made me be like, okay, I'd rather travel with my two toddlers and my husband at this point before I go on a girl's trip or I'm going on a solo trip. Um, I personally wouldn't care what room you put me in at this point because I ain't been on a vacation in so long. So you could have put me on a floaty in the pool and I'd have been fine. But I was just saying, overall, just be grateful. The house is gorgeous. You're in St. Thomas. You away from your husbands and kids. Like, just give gratefulness at that point, and let's try to be optimistic about the trip. Is how I was feeling. Latoya said Nell is full of it and needs to be put them drinks down. Yes, girl. I don't know. I guess you just coming in, but you missed it. We definitely talked about Miss Nell and her having too many drinks and definitely feeling like this is exactly what her children was trying to tell her in therapy. Like, girl, you do too much. And yeah, it definitely was giving liquid courage last night for sure. But y'all, that is my recap on Love and Marriage Huntsville. If you're just coming in, you can watch the full video on my YouTube. I have to get ready now because I'm going to remind you guys again, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Latoria, I hope you are going to be on there. It'll be streaming live on my YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. But I am teaming up with attorney Simone on her podcast, Girl, Is That Legal? And she has some new developing information on the legal troubles for Jen and her fiance Christian Gold. It's giving he could be arrested any day now, allegedly. We're going to get into that. Also, there are some alleged victims that will be calling in live and giving their stories on money that they allegedly lost investing with Christian, telling their stories. There's multiple victims coming forward. So you do not want to miss the tea. You hear me? So that is at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to go get ready for that. Latoria said the room situation on Love and Marriage Huntsville made no sense to her. Yeah, that's what I said. You better off just letting them pick numbers out of a hat, child, letting it be random. When you start picking the rooms, everybody make up in their mind how you did them and why you did them the way you did. So I totally agree. But y'all make sure y'all check in at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go ahead and get you a little midday snack and come right back for the tea because it will be overflowing, y'all. And don't forget, Basketball Wives will be on tomorrow. I put a sneak peek in my story for you. I have more that I'll post on my page, and we will be back Tuesday for midday tea talk on Basketball Wives at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You're following me on Instagram, Facebook, and on TikTok. If you need your business promoted, a product promoted, my promotional rates are here. You can email me for your inquiries. Also, my Cash App is up there. Don't be afraid to donate, help, promote, so I can keep growing. I appreciate the support. Also, last night I had my first interview with Love After Lockup star Latoria. I thought, Latoria, girl, I'm thinking about you. Letitia. last night. That is up on my YouTube channel. It was a great interview. I truly enjoyed it. She made my first interview experience a enjoyable one, so I appreciate her for that. So go check that out. Yes, Latoria, I can't miss that. I'm gonna post all over. I appreciate it, girl. Please do. So y'all, see y'all at 1 p.m. And before I end my shows, as you always know, I say reality TV stars are humans too. Don't forget that. I'll see y'all at 1 p.m. Happy Sunday, y'all. Peace.